just packing for a few day trip up to Scotland, going to Glenforsa for the first time. Flying on my own and just packing light. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Just my overnight bag with my clothes for the week. That's my filming bag with all the filming equipment in it. That's my wash bag. That's my pilot bag, flying bag. And that's my backup sort of overnight emergency bag in the plane full of survival bits and bobs. Fun, but seems like I'm not packing very light. So up at Dunkeswell, it's pretty windy. Not too bad though. Southerly wind, I'm taking off from runway 17. I'm on a longish trip now. I'm on my own and I'm going up to Glenforsa on the Isle of Mull. Just me. I'm going up there for a few nights, doing some work, some planning and some writing. I haven't got cameras set up on this for this first flight. I'm a little bit behind time and I just want to focus and have no distractions, but I have brought my cameras with me, so for the second leg of the flight I may well be able to get some cameras up for the beautiful flight from Kirkbride to Glenforsa. So this flight is going up to Glenforsa. I've got a very strong tailwind. It's going to take half an hour off my journey. Would have been 2 hours. It's closer to an hour and a half now. It's a Sunday, so a lot of the airspace is closed, which makes my trip easier. There's a lot of cloud around, but visibility is good underneath the cloud, so I'm going to see how I go. Heading set on the autopilot. And
November 20 late call, you have entered controlled airspace radar control service. See you passing west of beam.
Roger, 20 Sierra, roger the radar control service, and yes, I'm just west of beam, turning to northerly heading now.
Roger.
So I was going to be going via Cardiff, but the cloud looked worse over there, so I decided...
20 Sierra, check QNH 995 hectopascals.
QNH 999 hectopascals, 20 Sierra, 2,900 feet.
Okay.
So this is a slight deviation from my planned route. So I've got to work it out as I go along. The cloud base is... Okay, I'm going to put the altitude hold on because I'm in controlled airspace. I'm supposed to be not above 3,000 feet. So I'm going to put the altitude hold on as well. Autopilot. Got a 26 knot tailwind, which is helping. Good 149 knot ground speed, which we like a lot. Absolutely stunning day to fly.
Kilo Bravo Whiskey is at back sun. Got Bravo Whiskey, roger, you've entered controlled airspace radar control service and descend to altitude 2,500 feet.
Radar control service descends altitude.
A nice healthy 11 gallons an hour, my fuel flow. Nice low RPM, 2200 RPM.
November 20 Sierra, you've left controlled airspace and you can squawk 5077 listening watch only.
Squawking 5077 listening squawk only, 20 Sierra. I'm just overhead Sleep Airfield now. Well above their zone though, 4,000 feet. Not quite actually, 3,500. And I've just been cleared through Liverpool's controlled airspace, but not above 3,000 feet because I'm not IFR. So I can't go to the Class A airspace, so I've got to descend to 3,000 feet, which is fine. Visibility is looking very good. So I'm happy with that. I can transit Liverpool not above 3,000 feet. My first time this far north. And looking forward to getting to Kirkbride. It's been a bit of a bumpy flight, but a very beautiful one. All good so far.
Show uniform, roger basic service, report changing frequency.
As you can see from the iPad,
Basic service, on report changing frequency.
I'm getting airspace warnings. I'm cleared through Liverpool's controlled airspace, but not to the Class A airspace above me. I'm just 200 feet below it. The base of the controlled airspace is 3,000 feet. I'm at 2,800, watching very closely, because having had 2 airspace busts, I don't want another one. So be very, very cautious. Actually quite tricky airspace to Liverpool. There's above, below, left and right. So, but Manchester CTA is cold today. That's all Class G. But the Class A above it is Class A at all times. So, and as you can see there, I'm in Liverpool controlled airspace at the moment. And I get up to the north. And I'm just going to have London information, no radar service. But a nice, good following wind, give me a good ground speed. But it is bumpy. All this camera movement you see is just turbulence. just approaching Penrith area, but north of Morecambe Bay, north of Walney Island, Barrow and Furness, and there's some high mountains over 3,000 feet, and there's some low clouds, so got to be very careful now. The visibility is pretty good at the moment, and I think I'm not worried so far, but just aware that I've got looking at the iPad now, just aware of making careful choices now before I get too deep into valleys that I get boxed in. Reminds me a little bit about flying out in America. First kind of flying I've done like this in the UK, so it's exciting. November 20 Sierra, tying final runway 23 to land. Nobody said flying was cheap. Kirkbride. I didn't get the landing. The landing was fine. I had to land on runway 23 because the wind was sort of 20 knots, 230, so I didn't fancy landing at 28. But flying over those mountains between Blackpool and here, one thing I had failed to consider was the mountain waves, the tailwinds, because there's a 30-knot wind aloft, and to fly through the mountains, it was bumpy, very, very bumpy. First time I've flown this far north. Massive airfield, huge. I'm guessing disused hangars, I'm not sure. But oh, one more taking off. Tail dragger with a crosswind. He's a brave boy.
Landtime formation. Have a safe trip, guys. Nice to see you.